One of the important data types in any programming languages is strings. Strings in specific applications such as in natural language processing or NLP, they play an important roles. In this video, I will try to give you an overview regarding the strings and how to use the different functions or facilities in the Python programming language for the strings. So in fact, strings, a sequence of letters or numbers or symbols that we try to put them together, and we try to enclose them between a single quote, double quote, or triple single quote or triple double quote to create a string. So I think this is one of the difference between Python or other programming languages. In fact, when you try to declare a string, you can use different kind of characters to specify the string. So for single line string, we can use the single code or single double quote, and for multi-line string, we can use the triple double single quote or triple double quote. And also for the people who they come from the other programming language such as Java or C++, we don't have character data type in Python. Instead of that, we have just a string with one character. So you can use the string with length of 1. So this is some sample. For example, we created a greeting variable, and the content is hello world, and we have another variable name with the content of Alice. One of the important operation in the Python is slicing. Slicing, because the strings look like a row or a queue of letters, so they have a index, and we can extract a specific part of these string using the slicing. And the slicing will allow us to somehow find a specific part or get a substring out of a current string. For example, in this case, we have a message at the beginning, hello student, and then we want to extract the students. And to extract that, we said from this message, it looks like an array in the other programming language, but we said from index 7, we need all the characters between index 7 and 14. And the indexes are starting from 0. So the index 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the white space 6, 7. So the S will be the starting point, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it will return the student for us, and we can output that one. This is one of the way that we can work with the string. We can use the slicing. We can use the minus index, which is starting from the end instead of the beginning. So if you want to, for example, extract the substring and it is close to the end of the string, you can use the minus indexes. Let me to show you an example. Maybe it make more sense. So let's create a new file, string underline example .py. And for example, if you have a message equal, so because it's a single line, we can use double quote or single quote for those. So we can say this is a text. This is a string variable. Okay, and then if you want, for example, extract the part of this sub, we can say, for example, sub string 1 equal to message. For example, we want to extract from this. If you try to, for example, extract the string We can start from here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it will be 10. And from 10 to 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's just try and see by print substring 1 and save the file, and let's say Python run the string example for us. Yeah, it will return the string. Oh yeah, why? Because we forgot to add the last one, so it will be 16. And if you run the code again, it will return the string. So if you want to, for example, return the variable, we can use the negative indexing. Sub string 2, for example, equal message. Or sometimes you can, you can do something look like that. It's interesting that the environment show me. So instead of, so in this case, we said we need characters between 10 to 16, but skip age 2 characters. So if you try to write down a print substring 2, we will see how it will be look like. So if you look at that, it skip one of them. So in fact, S, then R, then N. So it skip those items. So the first one, starting index, end index, and the skipping step. By the way, let's go back to the minus. If we say, I will not follow this one. So I want to say, to start from the end. So if you say, for example, from the end, this is a 0 and this is the 1. So minus 1, it means the end index will be that. So we don't need the dot. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in fact, it should be 9, minus 9. If it say start from minus 9 until minus 1, let's see what will be the output. Substring 3, Control S, and if you try to run the code again, it will print the variable for us. That's it. So instead of positive index, we use the negative one. So you need to play with that. It's a really interesting concept, slicing, and you can use that for a lot of purposes. So okay, let's move to the next slide. Python has a really good, it provides a comprehensive set of functions that we can use them to manipulate the strings. So those functions such as a len, which is return the length of the string, and it will count the number of characters, or upper to convert the string to uppercase, or lower to convert the whole characters in one string to the lowercase, or replace to replace a part of the string with another things or another string. Strip, which is remove the spaces or white spaces from the beginning and the end. And split, which is really important, especially for natural language processing application, to divide the string based on specific delimiter. So we can give the split a delimiter and it will divide the string to multiple string for us. I will show you how to use in a minute. Another concept that we need to know is the escape characters. Those escape characters, they are special characters that they somehow help, that they can help us to improve our coding, and somehow they will help us to write a string without confusion for Python, so Python can understand what we mean. So in fact, if you want, for example, if you declare a string inside a single quote, and if you want a single quote in the middle, so you need to use the backslash single quote to show that one. For example, in our case, if I want to show you, for example, if we try to put a string, I'm happy, just let to keep it that one. If you look at that, so it will make a confusion. Why? Because this single quote, the Python will consider that one as the end of this string, but is not end of the string. So if you want to keep that one, we need to put a backslash before that, and then it will be part of our string instead of the whole. So this is some sort of those important escape character that you know. Or if you want to have a backslash inside your string, you need to put a double backslash, backslash n for new line, or backslash r for carries return, and so on. So we have these kind of, you can study about them by yourself. I will skip this section, but let's look at the example, email spam detection. So every day you will receive multiple emails, but your email system, they have an algorithm that can categorize the emails, and they will put some of those emails in the spam folder for you. So how we can find a spam email? So in fact, we can check the content of the email. Let's write a simple program, and we want to categorize an email as a spam if the email content contains click word, or if the length of the words, or the number of the words inside the email is less than 20. Great. So you can watch my NLP courses again if you want to create a more sophisticated system for spam detection. But at the moment, let's keep it simple. So at the beginning, what we need to do, let's create a variable sample email content. So we can say email underline content equal. So let's create a multi-line instead of single line. Multi-line email. So for example, always spam email starting with something like that. Congratulations. And then they say, for example, you have won, for example, $1 million. And then they said, for example, click here to claim, your money, for example. Let's keep it very simple. And then we said we want to check for click, or a keyword for spam detection. So let's say spam keyword. So we can say spam underline keyword. For example, it mentioned click here, but I will keep that one as a click. Click, okay. And then if you go down, okay, The first thing that we need to do, we need to convert all the content of the email to the lowercase because we are trying to find the click with lowercase. So we can say email underline content underline lower. So let's convert the content of the email to the lowercase. Somehow it will help us to check the click word inside the email. So we can say email content lower, yeah, equal email content dot lower. So in fact, it is convert the content to the lowercase. So if try to, for example, print the content, and if you say email content in lower case plus email content lower, and if you save that one and if you try to rerun the code, so as you can see email content in lowercase and it shows the content converted to the lowercase. So what we need to do, we just need to find now the click if click is, or find the index of the spam keyword inside the email content lower. So we have email content lower and we can use the find or index. Both of them, they are similar. They will return the index of a specific word inside the string. So, and we have the spam index. In fact, then we can say if spam index is greater than 0, then we can print spam keyword found at index that. So exactly we can convert the index and we can say this email is a spam email. So if just let to save that one and run the code again. So in this case, we can see spam keyword found at index 48. So in fact, we found that this is a spam email. So we can say this email is spam. So somehow we can inform the user to avoid opening any link or any other things. So if we go back and if you remember, we have another condition. Maybe the email doesn't contain any, for example, instead of click, if they said visit our website and they put a link inside the code, it will be different. But the second rules that we consider, it was a length of the email. So how we can find number of the number of words inside the email. So we can write down a comment, calculate the number of words in email content. Okay, what we can do, we can say word count equal exactly. So in fact, we will say the email content lower, and then we use the split function. And split function, because we didn't provide anything here, it will divide this or split these content using the white spaces. So each white spaces is a splitter, and it will divide the whole string to substrings. And then using the len, we calculated the len of these substrings, so which is equal to the word count. And then we can say if word count is greater than 10, we set 20, not 10. So we can then print this email is spam. Why? Because the length is bigger, and also we can print the length of the email. Word count is, let's print just the number. So we need to convert to the string word count and then print that one. So in fact, if we try to rerun the code, it will show that, yeah, it doesn't show anything because the word count is not greater. If it's less, I forgot to consider that one. So in fact, if word count is less than 20, then we will say this email is a spam. And as you can see here, it says word count is 12. So again, it's proof that this email is a spam email. Another things that we can consider instead of this index, maybe we can, for example, if I want to convert the whole code just to show you how to use the comment again. So let's convert the whole code in this section to comment. So how we can find a substring inside another string. So we can say if a spam keyword in email content that lower, then we can say so yeah, let's remove this else part. We can print that spam keyword found in email content, and that's it. So in fact, in this case, it will check if this keyword, which is a click, is exist inside the email content lower, which is this string, and if it exists, it will return true or false, and if it exists, it will show that the email content there click. And as you can see, spam keyword found at index that, and so in fact we can see keywords is, oh, I forgot to, sorry, let's save because it's the same. And if you run that one, now spam keyword found in email content, that's it. So instead of 2 times of checking, you can consider another variable to check both of those condition and then print just one output as a final output. But I will leave that part for you and you can play with that one. So as you can see, this is some sort of simple example to check the content of an email. We have a lot of other applications. For example, if you want to read the customer review on your website page. So they wrote some, for example, comment or review for your product or for your services, and then you want to find out, are they happy? So doing some sort of sentiment analysis. So for example, if they're happy or good or satisfied, if you can find some those kind of words inside the review string, so we can categorize them as a positive review, or if they have some sort of other or negative words such as unhappy, unsatisfied, or for example sad, so you can categorize them as a negative sentiment. Yeah, there is different application, a lot of other applications that we can mention, and we can think about them where we can use the string as a main tools. So hopefully these sample give you a good idea about the application of string in Python programming language.